Hi all, I want to share with you all today what has been on my heart to share with you all through the autistic community and outside the autistic community about autistic people that, like me, that has no such thing of empathy. Some of the behaviours of and attitudes towards people I have found can be sometimes rude and ignorant and selfish of some kind, to the nature of people not understanding us of the way that they may think just because of our behaviours and attitudes towards others is just pretty much quite the same as you lot, when it comes down to basically the point of no return of when we just seem to be rude and not paying attention to or what have you, or even if you have something that you feel that needs to be said, that's we need to address it to you in a matter of how you feel about it, when we address it to our own selves in a different way. Just to give you the heads up, we're kind of like the opposite to what you may be thinking about us, even though that sometimes I feel that in this day and age that we need to just, like I said many times before, just to connect in a way for people to understand us and other people that are different to us, no matter what age and stage in life we're coming across. There may be reasons to why we're acting or thinking this way, even though many people may laugh and joke around us thinking that this is not the case, be it whatever it may be. Some people may think that we're just like a normal everyday person, pretty much, that will obviously think that we have no emotions at all, when we just have to, as I said so many times, stereotype our feelings and attitudes towards you all. As you know that I have shared so many times before about the word stereotyping, so if you want to know more to what I'm addressing to that part of the topic, do feel free to view that video series on stereotyping. We feel emotions so deeply, however, on a deeper level than some normal people around us, pretty much in a spiritual sense, or just basically to the point where we have to find some skills or strategies for us to cope when we have to flee, fight, fright, or even just hide our emotions, or basically, as they say with some people that suffers from PTSD, that we need to be well aware that no matter what, that we just need to basically be able to share our thoughts and feelings as well as you lot. Sometimes we feel when we flee or fight, however, or hide away our feelings and emotions, sometimes it may not be the right time or the wrong time, you know, vice versa, or even being in the wrong place at the wrong time, or vice versa of that also. I am sorry, however, if I'm ruining your day, which I shouldn't have to apologise to you today about sharing this, but I felt to share this anyway on my heart. But why should I apologise when I'm just addressing to you what has been shared with me, as well as just on the outer autistic community cycle of what I have noticed. Also, however, people need to be aware of or need to understand more better about what a meltdown and a tantrum is, because obviously at this day and age many people think that just because we're having a meltdown, they think it's just quite the opposite, it's a tantrum. However, no, it's not. In my day and age, this is just basically, when I have my meltdowns, a series of overwhelming events that has basically overtook my sensation of how the ability to think, act and just say what I have to say, regardless of the situation I may be facing at that time, that is overwhelming me to the point that needs to be addressed. Our language centre, however, goes out the window when it comes out to basically the meltdown and tantrum stage, however, as well as just slowing us down or reducing us to the point where we have to act like a child, as well as having these characteristics and behaviours behind it all. While this is all happening of the meltdown tantrum stage, as I said as well, however, this basically, the waves of emotions tends to just overtake us to a point where we can't seem to control it, or we do seem to find a way to control it in our own means, where we feel safe, even though we need a security blanket of some sort of thing. Be it, you know, like I said, in one of the meltdown stages, some of us might need to just be in a place of refuge where it may be, you know, quieter and calmer for us, in a sense of maybe, like I addressed for a tip and advice, a quiet room with some music to wind down and relax in. Sometimes, however, it's hard for us to basically be around people when this stage is happening. Yet many of us do fight a fight. Some of us fight to the point where we get so exhausted that not many people may want to hear us at all. That's why I'm speaking for the autistic community, you know, of what it feels like to have all these feelings and emotions that's so wound up to the point of no return that we just need to basically just cope in our own coping mechanisms that we have in place, no matter what it may be. Sometimes, however, it's hard for us to socialise with people that can be just hard on us, but sometimes some of us people in the autistic community, I've noticed, basically realise to the point that, you know, some people are so ignorant and rude that, like I said, there's not much awareness and understanding. And like I said to myself, you know, there's got to be some awareness and understanding somewhere along the way. Sometimes when we fight a fight, we tend to lose that struggle for that fight for fight. Sometimes some people may think for us autistics, we want to be right all the time or whatever the case may be. That can go vice versa for you guys that are normal. That no matter what, we just feel that we need to be basically, you know, feel accepted and wanted like anyone else in the autistic community and outside the autistic community, however, and that no matter what, that, you know, we need to be strong and calm and whatnot. As I said before, there are a lot of different types of meltdowns, and these meltdowns occur at different stages, however, which I don't wish to actually reevaluate on what I'm saying here or re-explain myself here. If you want to know more about these meltdowns and stages, I have done these series on my channel, so feel free to do so if you want to view those. Sometimes, however, though, when the emotional we are the emotional ones when the meltdown stages occurs, no matter what type it is. Sometimes we can be angry, sometimes we can be so emotional to the point that we need to stop and breathe sometimes. You know, sometimes we have to steam off to a place where, you know, of no return, that we tend to just think that, you know, it's the right time just to, you know, let out meltdown out. Sometimes it can be embarrassing for some of us autistics that do have our meltdowns, however, and many people just tend to think just because we go through things, we don't understand you all that may be going through these certain situations that you may face, be it, you know, if you have depression or be it if you've lost a loved one in it. We are all human after all. We feel the same way like you do, but maybe, as I said, in a deeper spiritual way. Sometimes, however, also when it comes down to the steaming off and breaking off point of blocking off what it needs to be done based on the feelings, and that some of us autistics may be brave enough just to show what it's all about, sort of thing, and sometimes some of us may not be able to block off these feelings or thought patterns or even just hide away. One can only do this for so long though, however, putting that brave face on, you know. Sometimes, like, one traumatic accident or trauma in our lives, basically, regardless what it may be, can play a big part of being an adult autistic, regardless what it may be. You know, I've learned this in my day in life. Many of us Aspies has endured similar situations, maybe like you have, pretty much, especially socially and interpersonally, in our very own relationships, of our friendships, you know, or just relationships in general, be it in our family or just basically in our relationships if we're dating someone, you know, and sometimes it can be hard for us just to, you know, to the point where we have to recalibrate ourselves and just rethink to where we have to be. Sometimes, as well as in the hands of society, it can be really overwhelming for us. However, for me, growing up older and wiser, our challenges we enjoy and face will always go unrecognised for what we do, regardless of basically our challenges we face, in that, you know, sometimes we do feel we need to be have some sort of self-recognition about what we do, sort of thing, you know, or just to be remembered by of what we've done. And sometimes, like I said before, we are our own selves, creators of the stories of what we want to create our stories as, and as well as the legacy that we want to be leave behind for others to remember us by for many years to come. In this time of our challenges, however, we have been hurt, rejected, and more. It's attributed to our character, worth, being us Aspies feel it better to be alone sometimes and by ourselves. Many people may think, oh no, that's not the case, Karen, however. But in this day and age, I feel that, you know, some of us Aspies do obviously work better by ourselves sometimes, because then we are free from some people that may not understand us, and then all this miscommunication, misunderstanding, and misgivings that comes about, you know. But it's all about connecting and communicating with each other, no matter what it may be, of what we have to say and share. Like I said to the autistic community and beyond, it's okay to basically share what's on your heart and mind, and hopefully maybe one day all these other ones will be able to listen and hopefully relate to what you guys go through, because you're never alone. This may hurt us so bad to the point that many of the insults and injuries we block and tend to ignore, pretty much flee, avoid, and many people in different social settings, and that therefore have to act or perform in an odd, strange way, sort of thing. This is like what I said before, goes with the stereotyping that we go about, no matter what it is, you know. We have to just recollect ourselves of the setting we're in, you know, and play a film script of what's going on. As the ability, we have to talk about it, however, the showing the emotion, showing sometimes even if it's a wrong emotion, even a smile, laugh, or giggle, even just blank odd expressions in response to some things. Some of these odd expressions are signs of us being distressed, nervous, especially fidgeting. You know, when it comes down to us showing it in our body language, we're fidgeting a lot, looking away. Some of us may think that, you know, some of you may think that we're just, you know, plain rude and ignorant when we're not making that direct eye contact. But you got to bear in mind that some of us autistics can make good eye contact, some of us not. You know, some of us good communicators, we're not. You know, it goes the light. And also the deep breathing signs are signs. You know, there are sometimes in my vlogs, as I said to you, that I want to share with you all, that there are times I want to cry, punch, scream, howl, and all that with my meltdown stages, which I don't wish to, because obviously the fear of being judged, or just the fear of being criticized with the harsh comments that you guys may do. I know it's a hard world out there, but it's just about a matter of finding my own feet of acceptance, regardless of where it may be. There are times when I'm off the camera, however, that many people have said to me that I've been so strong for so long, pretty much to the point of what I've been through, regardless of my relationship problems, regardless of some of the things that's been going on personally in my life, of my family, of loss of family or friends through their deaths of personal reasons, cancer, suicide, and the like, sort of thing. But yet, there has been times I've been closing the doors, and behind those closed doors, basically, I'm crying myself to sleep at night, that are streaming down my face. Sometimes I feel it's not appropriate for me to share my real feelings, sort of thing, true feelings, while I'm being blogging to you all, because like I said, I don't want to put people off and maybe people misread me, misjudge me, or misunderstand me to who I am and what I am as a person. Suddenly I have the voice cracking and tears in my eyes as I do try to be the strong one while I'm recording to you, or, you know, reading to you, or just, you know, voicing my concerns, whatever it may be, even though, like, I know that everyone's different in this day and age. All I hope for that there needs to be some more understanding and clarity for us, and basically we shouldn't be having to hide behind a mirror or hide behind something that will block our way, sort of thing, so that we Aspies can basically come out and share with you all what we've been through, like you have shared with you your lots of what you go through and stuff, even though some people are not good at communicating their feelings, of apologizing, or just being thankful for what they're going for, you know. You got to realize though, regardless if you think that we're not empathetic, we are loyal, we are hardworking, we are kind, to the point of basically we fall in love hard, we trust people too hard, regardless of our feelings in a way. We have the gift of obviously connecting in a way, spiritual and more. Sometimes for some of us, though, when it comes to us to being loyal and all that, sometimes it's hard for us to get that trust back once we lose that trust from that particular someone that may have hurt us or said something to us, regardless of what it may be. Some people may think that we're just kind of people that just needs to be flipped off the radar. All I want to end in this is basically, I just hope maybe in the near future that we'll be able to understand each other, love each other, and be able to reconnect in a way that we can understand each other. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.